This is a Maui Daily special report about the cable hearing coming up on Monday. It's going to be a real doozy. In breaking news, this is not a ballistic missile launch, but we can still be blown out of the water.
Maui has survived the unthinkable. Through fire and loss, one voice has helped to keep us connected, Akaku. Now, entities within our government want to silence that voice. They are planning to cut nearly 20% of Akaku's funding. This means losing wildfire recovery reporting, community news, emergency alerts, local media training, and coverage of local county meetings. Spectrum makes $100 million from our community, and now they want our government to take public access funds to give them more? Our Maui County deserves to be heard and deserves public access to media. Our stories matter. Please support Akaku.
Now more than ever in our history, Akaku needs you to show up, testify, and be heard on Monday, December 9th at 11 a.m. at Maui College. The Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, DCCA, is about to hold a last-minute public meeting in name only to renew Spectrum's contract to operate. And as part of the deal, defund Akaku. They're banking on you not to show up. The plan is to divert $225,000 of Akaku's revenue every year and give it back to Spectrum to fund a private, secret, state-run internet. On top of the $100,000 of annual cable subscriber revenue we've already lost permanently in the fires, this will cripple Akaku's ability to operate. And it's happening now. Only you can stop it. Please show up to testify against this outrageous sneak attack on Neighbor Island community media and make your feelings known. I know this is a major inconvenience, but you can do Maui a great favor. Show up, testify, and be heard. They tried this before, but this time there is an actual plan to take our money for good. The future of community media is at stake. Watch this space all week for details. Or call us at 808-871-5554. Aloha.
Attention, citizens of Maui. Our community media is under direct attack. Spectrum and the Department of Commerce are plotting to silence our community's voice. They want to cut our local media's funding, strip away our ability to communicate, to broadcast, to survive. We will not surrender our media. Defend Akaku. Defend Maui. This is a battle for our community. Will you answer the call?
Testify at the DCCA/Spectrum hearing on Monday, December 9th at 11 a.m. The meeting will be held at UHMC in the Ka'aike Building, Room 105 BCD.
This whole DCCA hearing thing on Monday at Maui College at 11 a.m. is kind of like whack-a-mole. The DCCA cable division had hearings back in 2011 for a franchise renewal for Oceanic Time Warner. Hundreds of people showed up and testified and said, we want HD TV. We still don't have it. Everybody else does. And now Spectrum wants to take 20% of Akaku's money and divert it to a secret, private, state-run internet. That's wrong. We need to whack their mole on Monday at 11 o'clock at Maui College. Come down and join us. It should be fun. The governor's office can stop it. Call the governor's office and say, you know what? Leave Maui alone. Leave us alone. You have to pay the rent. I have to pay the rent. Make Spectrum pay the rent for using our public rights of way. That's the least they can do. Here's what some people have to say about it.
One fine Maui December day,
Spectrum came with a DCCA.
To take Akaku's funding away.
To pay for a state INET, so they say.
Without a study or even a peep.
Give millions of dollars for Spectrum to keep.
Citing an old Trump FCC rule.
To play keiki and kupuna for a fool.
Cable TV backers of the Spectrum Live
shut down the voice of Molokai, Westside, Hana, and Lanai.
Fog our lens to keep Lahaina out of sorts.
Silence our Maui daily reports?
Decimate our already skeleton crew.
So a Spectrum franchise can renew
at the expense of Akaku?
With millions of dollars hidden away.
There is no accounting at DCCA.
Except to do the bidding of the cable giant.
And you expect us to be compliant?
It all depends now on your decision and order to offer Akaku up as corporate fodder.
For this grievous act, you can still atone.
Go back to Oahu.
Do the right thing.
And leave us alone.
Hey, what better way to spend your Monday morning at 11 o'clock than the UH College with the friends of Akaku? Come on down and testify in person. But don't do what this next testifier does. How not to testify at the DCCA public hearing.
All right, we can do like multiple takes. You can like...
Yes, we can do multiple take, yes.
Tell me when you're rolling.
Okay, don't forget to breathe. No, but not sitting like that. Okay, in 3.
Hold it. I can't sit like this?
No.
Why?
Because I said so.
I could, it's my testimony, right?
You look like an actor.
Do I have to sit up?
Well, okay.
Do I have to look presentable?
And we are rolling right now.
Oh, okay, thank you.
3,
okay.
2.
One fine Maui December day, Spectrum came with a DCCA. With DCCA. I'm sorry. Let's do that again. One fine Maui December day, Spectrum came with DCCA to take Akaku's funding away, to pay for the sale of iNet, so they say. Without a study or even a peep, give millions of dollars for Spectrum to keep. Remember that. And an old Trump FCC rule, well, citing an old Trump FCC rule to play, I can't read that, it's Hawaiian. Damn it. Okay, citing an old Trump? Was it new Trump? I don't know. We'll say old Trump FCC rule to play Keiki and Kapuna for a fool. I don't think that's correct, but we can rewrite that later. Cable TV backers of Spectrum lie. Shut down the voice of Molokai, Westside, Hana, and Lanai. I don't like that. I don't think that's good either. We should cross that one out, okay? Who's editing this? Anyway, let's go on. Fog our lens to keep Lahaina out of sorts. Silence our Maui daily reports. Decimate and Decimate our, this is Jay's writing, right? Yep, okay, I knew it. They all hate Jay anyway over there at the DCCA, so remember that too as we read this. Decimate our already skeleton crew so a Spectrum franchise can renew. At the expense of Akaku? With millions of dollars hidden away, there's no accounting at DCCA except to do the bidding of the cable giant. I mean, and they are giant. You can't imagine how they're giant. Just take my word for it. And expect us to be compliant? I don't think that's going to happen either, but whatever you say. It depends on now how you use your D&O or decision and order or whatever the hell they call it at DCCA to offer up Akaku as a corporate fodder. For this grievous act, you can still atone. Really? How does that work? Go back to Oahu. Do the right thing. And we'll leave it at that.
Excellent.
The Hawaii Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs may want to take the word consumer out of its title. The DCCA has just awarded a cable franchise renewal for the county of Kauai and transfers a considerable amount of public access funding from Akaku's sister station, Hoiki, and from PBS, more than $1 million over 15 years, and gives it back to Spectrum to fund a non-transparent state-run institutional network. The plan is to defund Akaku as well, threatening the survival of this, your community access station. If you want to help, please contact your state representatives and let your feelings be known.
At 11 a.m. at the Ka'aiki building at UH Maui College. The state wants to give Spectrum another 15 years to operate. Even though Akaku lost $100,000 in the wildfires, the plan is to divert funds from Akaku and from PBS and give them to Spectrum to maintain a private state-run internet. Is this what you want? Of course you don't. Nobody does. The state wants to do it anyway. But you can stop this public meeting in name-only scam by showing up, and bring your friends to testify on Monday, December 9th. Show up in person and let DCCA know exactly what you think. And watch Akaku all this week for details. Don't allow DCCA to betray the public trust.
Hey, how's it? It's me, Brother Tony Midnight with KAKU 88.5. Here to give you a message about the DCCA in a poem from our illustrious leader, J. April. You ready? Here we go. One fine Maui day, Spectrum will come with the DCCA to take Akaku's funding away to play for a state's INET, so they say. Without studying or even one peep, give millions of dollars for Spectrum to keep. Hey, I like some money too. Signing old Trump FCC rule to play keiki and kapuna for a fool. Hey, don't do that. What you think you? Cuckoo. Cable TV backers of the Spectrum lie shut down the voice of Molokai, Westside, Hana, and Lanai. Fog our lands to keep Lahaina out of sorts. Silence our Maui daily reports. Decimate our already skeleton crew so a Spectrum franchise can renew. Renew for who? Who? What you gonna do? Hey, you know, you guys kinda cool. But hey, that's what you think, yeah? At the expense of Akaku. With millions of dollars hidden away, I like some in my pocket right now, please. I'm just joking. There is no accounting at DCCA, except to do the beating of the cable giant, the Jolly Green, I think. And you expect us to be compliant? I say no way. It all depends now on your decision and order to offer It all depends now on your decision and order to offer Akaku up as corporate fodder or duru or whatever. For the grievous act, you can still atone. Go back to Oahu. Do the right thing. And leave us alone. DCCA, no way, Jose.
This is a short story of how public access stations like Akaku came to be. Did you ever wonder how or why people like you and me got access to television equipment and training and channels on cable TV? It didn't happen by accident. There had to be a reason.
And I can touch every piece of equipment, and I do, and I push all these buttons, and I've learned an awful lot here, and I love it.
Back in the 70s, cable companies were wiring the nation. It was like the railroads in the 1850s. Instead of tracks, they were putting up cables everywhere, using our public rights of way to operate their monopoly business. They'd be able to charge you up the wazoo forever just to watch TV, something you always did for free. So the government made a trade. Now that you have all these channels and you're making all this money, provide the people access to government, access to education, and God forbid, Give the public a voice independent of government and corporate control. They called it PEG. Access channels started sprouting up all over the country, and the cable companies had a fit. Even though they were going to make billions of dollars, they didn't want to share the wealth with the public. And they still don't. Here's a good analogy. If those buildings in the background represent corporate media, the green space, the electronic park, is where people go to speak their mind, to do anything they want. It may not always be polished, but it's the voice of the people. The electronic park may be the only place left where free speech truly exists.
Old media in this country is dying, and I believe that new media in this country has no sense of direction. Local community access media is the one institution that, as the old dies and the new tries to find its way, builds a bridge to something real and something connected with who we are. If we don't have you, it will not just be our media system that goes fully dysfunctional. It will be our democracy itself that goes fully dysfunctional. You are that essential to the future of this country.
Keep watching Akaku channels 53, 54, and 55. This is how we stay connected.
One of the few voices that really truly represents this community. Please allow the community of Maui and the public trust to continue to be served by Akaku's excellence.
Wanted to come down and just tell you guys how much I love Akaku.
I find Akaku to be one of the best sources for local and community information. Definitely the best electronic media resource.
I've been very touched by all the testimony here. It really feels like a representation of the diversity and passion that Akaku inspires in our community.
Without Akaku, I don't know if we would have that same connection.
This is about freedom of information, and the people of Maui do not want Oahu to control Maui's freedom of information and freedom of speech.
And for Akaku, this I think the fourth or fifth time they try to close down this. It's so sad because they're doing the job too good.
Because of Akaku, I got to learn. I was educated about not only the situation locally, but globally, because people all over the world know about the situation.
You know, I got to give them credit. They open it up to everybody. They bring out the point of views of the people. Now, I don't like all their shows, but I have a remote. I can change it.
Public access is more than a building and some equipment and somebody there to check things in and out. Public access is heart. You know, the people that came to speak here tonight, they are the heart and the soul of public access.
The actions this group takes today is the legacy we leave for tomorrow. Shall you leave an inheritance where we have no more rights as a stain upon our canvas, or will you defend our founding fathers' legacy?
And we fight for Akaku.
You might wear yourself out. The Molokai crab will put you down, save you from looking worse, better hit the ground. The Molokai crab will put you right down, sidestep and turn around. The Molokai crab will put you right down.
I see a lot of smiles today. I'm pleased everybody's here. Done.
What do you think? I'm pleased as punch. It's great. We have a bill, and now we're not going to be put out to bid, and we can do the innovation that we're all about. Public access forever, man. Well, it turns out in Hawaii, there's no such thing as public access forever. The state is currently planning on taking millions of dollars from Akaku over the next 15 years and giving it back to Spectrum to help fund a secret, non-transparent state internet. Please come to the hearing on Monday, December 9th at 11 a.m. at Maui College and protest this egregious theft of public benefit funds.
Akaku, Maui County Community Media.